Can you imagine that a notebook replaces your smartphone? That's a question that I had in my mind for a couple of weeks now when I started to reduce the time that I spend on my phone on a daily basis. I actually felt like that I could be way more productive if I would stop using my phone for all kind of things. Because yeah, watching a lot of short videos every single day is awesome, but super time consuming, and I could use the time for better activities. And that's why you can actually see in one of my last everyday carry videos that I've introduced my notebook. And I've bought it to avoid the situation that I always have to pick up my phone to write things down and to get distracted. And for sure, a good old notebook can't check your social media accounts, it can't write any emails, and you can't join any online meetings. But exactly that's the point. There's always something going on, and our smartphone always tries to remind us that we should check our apps or answer any messages. Smartphones are actually experts in getting our attention. But a notebook, it's just part of my everyday carry, it doesn't send out any notifications, and there won't be any huge news or updates if I use it. At the end of the day, it simply removes the noise, and exactly that's one of the first benefits and why a notebook slowly replaces my smartphone, because it's one of the easiest ways to reduce or at least to get a break from the constant screen time. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by notifications and distractions, writing things down on paper allows you to disconnect from technology for a while and to set your focus on the present moment. By taking a break from all these screens and embracing the experience of writing, you create a calmer and more introspective environment. And yes, at the end of the day, this can lead to increased mindfulness and of course an improved mental well-being as well. Another reason to write things down is organization and remembering important notes. In most cases, a notebook serves as a central hub for your thoughts, tasks, and plans. But I think it's way better to use a notebook for specific things. In the end, it should provide a physical space where you can collect and organize your ideas, creating a sense of structure and clarity for your daily life. I personally always use it for client work and my personal projects, so in most cases it's all about taking notes or writing down important thoughts or ideas for upcoming projects. And that's way better because if you use it for all kind of things, it just gets cluttered, and if you need to find important information between your shopping list and a variety of notes, it's just annoying and time consuming. So if you use your notebook for specific things, you can categorize your tasks, creating a to-do list, and track your progress way easier. The act of physical crossing of completed tasks provides also a sense of accomplishment and motivates you to keep going. And of course, having a visual representation of your goals and plans helps you to stay focused, and it's way easier to avoid any distractions. What I also need to mention is that the notebook allows you to capture thoughts or ideas that often come at unexpected times. So yeah, instead of relying on your memory alone or using your phone to take notes, you can quickly write down those thoughts in your notebook, preventing them from slipping away forever. So yeah, using a notebook for specific parts in your daily life can make things so much easier. Another huge topic that we need to talk about is creativity, and writing things down in a notebook can also push your creativity and enhance problem-solving skills. When you start to write things down, you engage with your ideas in a different way compared to typing on a smartphone. For me, a notebook provides a safe space to brainstorm my ideas. It makes it possible to think freely, to explore new possibilities, and to find solutions to challenges you may encounter. A notebook actually becomes a creative outlet and a playground for your ideas. As soon as I start to take notes for, let's say, a client project, I mostly start to add new additional things and certain facts from our conversation to this brainstorm page. And as I can easily use these notes later on as a guideline for the production. And yes, that alone helps a lot to keep track of important aspects of each project, and it simply provides a better solution for the client because they will notice certain elements that they have mentioned early on. And yes, I actually tried to use my smartphone for these kind of things, but it simply wasn't a great experience, so a notebook is highly recommended. And lastly, what we also need to talk about is that a notebook also adds a personal touch to your daily routines. It simply becomes a reflection of your unique personality and style. From the type of notebook you choose to the way you fill its pages, it becomes a representation of your creativity, thoughts, and ideas. And that is absolutely satisfying because your notebook becomes an individual gadget that matches your own workflow, and that makes it way easier to get things done better and faster. And yes, for me, these are some of the top reasons why I now say that my notebook slowly replaces my smartphone. But of course, it can't replace it completely. I actually tried to avoid the situation that I had to use my smartphone, but one of the major challenges has been staying connected. It's been a bit of an adjustment, but it also helps me to appreciate the importance of meaningful interactions. Another hurdle that I faced is the convenience factor. Let's be honest, smartphones are incredibly convenient, from checking emails on the go to snapping quick photos. But surprisingly, this challenge has led me to be more intentional about how I spend my time. So yeah, after weeks of embracing the notebook life, do I think it's a complete replacement of my smartphone? Well, not entirely. At the end of the day, I actually decided to use my smartphone now for just specific things as well, and that helped me a lot to reduce my screen time. For sure, the smartphone is still part of my everyday life, and it's such a great and useful gadget that makes my life so much easier as well. So yeah, the shift from using it as a device for all kind of things, including watching hours and hours of videos, to using it as a device that should support my workflow every single day was the best decision here. At the end of the day, sometimes these small things like a good old notebook can make a huge difference in our lives. So, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay updated for upcoming videos, and I'll see you in the next video.